The weirdest feeling I ever got while looking at Cold War era nuclear weapons was the briefcase nukes. Look at this. H912 transport container for MK54 SADM. It's just like a bag. Nuclear man-portable atomic demolition munition system fielded by the US military from the 60s to 80s but never used in combat. What was the yield? 10 to 1,000 tons of TNT. Okay, maybe so up to 1 kiloton. Okay, gotcha. Weapon training film for the bomb. What? Yeah, can you imagine somebody doing a suicide bombing with this? Jesus Christ.
The B-54 Mod 1 or Mod 2 bomb is a timer-controlled nuclear weapon used as a special atomic demolition munition. It is designed for deployment in a variety of locations, and emplacement can be underground, on the surface, or underwater. An incident or accident requiring explosive ordnance disposal of the B-54 bomb may occur not only at an emplacement site, but also in storage or while in transit. To protect the munition en route to the emplacement site.
This is the crunchiest audio I have ever heard. I have heard like shit from the 20s that didn't sound this crunchy. Oh my god. When did they declassify this, I wonder? Russia lost a bunch of these devices, by the way. Yeah. There are literally like hundreds of completely unaccounted for suitcase nukes. It's been like that for since the end of the Cold War, when the Soviet Union fell apart and the entire Soviet bureaucracy just kind of crumbled. A lot of stuff fell through the cracks, including the potential to cause the worst terrorist attack in human history hundreds of times over. Whew! Nobody will think that controlled demolition was necessary to bring the next towers down when you bring a suitcase nuke to the base of the building and simply vaporize a chunk of its foundation. Sheesh. Wonder how long they stay effective without skilled maintenance? That's a good point. You know, this stuff doesn't stay active forever. I don't really know. I assume there's some real threat here. Look up greenlight teams? Huh. Wait, there was, suitcase nuke mining, Wikipedia. Wasn't there a thing where they used it for, like, mining? Oh, that's right. It was the, nuclear landmine. We learned about the delightfully named Operation Buster Jangle, where they were testing nuclear landmines, you know, so that some, like, orphan kid scavenging the wastes of a battlefield can have a painless death. Hey, you want to talk humane landmines, okay? Nobody gets crippled by the nuclear landmine. Nobody loses a leg to the nuclear landmine. Yeah, and they want to use it for mining, too. This was back in the days when we didn't really know what radiation did to people, and we thought we could use nukes to do big engineering projects, like quick mining the desert or whatever. It's kind of a shame it doesn't work, you know? Because it is true that if it wasn't for radiation, you could do some pretty spectacular, lay the groundwork for some pretty spectacular engineering very quickly with some well-placed nuclear weapons. Sadly, radiation's a thing. Wait, we did a lot of these. Nuclear tests, non-nuclear tests, proposed nuclear projects. By exploiting the peaceful uses of the friendly atom in medical applications, earth removal, and later in nuclear power plants, the nuclear industry and government sought to allay public fears about nuclear technology and promote the acceptance of nuclear weapons. At the peak of the atomic age, the U.S. federal government initiated Project Plowshare, involving peaceful nuclear detonations. This really was another time, wasn't it? Like, it's not even fathomable today. The U.S. Atomic Energy Commission chairman at the time, Lewis Strauss, announced that the Plowshares project was intended to highlight the peaceful applications of nuclear explosive devices, and thereby create a climate of world opinion that is more favorable to weapon development and tests. These fucking State Department ghouls are like, yeah, we'll show them we can use these nukes for construction, so they're more okay with us building up a 10,000 nuke stockpile for the Cold War. Last link that I had. The smallest nuke. The M28 or M29 Davy Crockett weapon system was a tactical nuclear recoilless smoothbore gun, I love that, for firing the M388 nuclear projectile armed with the W54 nuclear warhead, pictured here in a little carry pouch. The smallest nuclear weapon in both size and yield to have ever entered U.S. service, a yield of 10 to 1,000 tons of TNT, but this one says with a yield of 20 tons of TNT. Keep in mind, these weapons were built back then when, like, they were just guessing the yieldage of these guns. Of these nukes. Named after Davy Crockett. Man, what does 20 tons of TNT exploding look like? I just want to know what it would look like if you fired this at somebody. Oh, the MOAB is about 20 tons. The Moab, or the mother of all bombs. Ah, the Moab's actually 11 tons, so this would actually be larger. And what does the Moab explosion look like? Yeah, the largest non-nuclear bomb we've ever used. Kind of crazy that the biggest non-nuclear bomb we've ever built is smaller than the smallest nuke we've ever built, you know? See, like, after looking at the nukes, that doesn't even look like that much, but it's like, oh yeah, that was it. That's the biggest non-nuclear bomb we have. So I guess it would be a bit bigger than that, and that would be the little nuke. 5-minute ground zero. No, we have to stop!
Minus 1 minute. The airplane is up over our shoulders. It is a bright silver spot in the sky.
So I'm going to look away and then I'll find it again.
30
there,
seconds.
I got him.
John sees it. 25 seconds.
Look away and then look back and you'll see it easy.
These kings.
20 seconds.
This is what hanging out with the boys used to be. Now you guys hang out playing League of Legends on a Discord call. But back in the good old days, you just gather your mates and you'd head on down to ground zero of a nuclear explosion.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. There it goes. The rocket is gone. We felt a heat pulse, a very bright light, a fireball. It is red. The sky looks black about it. It is boiling above us there. It is rapidly losing its color. There is the ground wave. It is over, folks. It happened. The mountains are vibrating. It is tremendous. Directly above our heads. It went. It went.
Boy, I'd hate to be there.
Good. As there's a huge fireball. The mountains are still echoing through here. Worse than that, a perfect shot.
My only regrets right now are, this Colonel Bruce, that everybody couldn't have been out here at ground zero with us.
Fucking love these guys. Absolutely, dude. 100%. Just completely clueless, you know? And thanks to the Flynn effect, you know, the average IQ of an American born today is something like 30 points higher than all these guys. So, like, this is... So, take, like, the average guy you know these days, dumb them down 30 IQ points, and then make them even stupider because these people are with the U.S. Military, all right? So, we're talking, like, like, these people, if seen in the street today, would be immediately arrested and taken to, like, a home to live in as a ward of the state. And they're just over here, just having a grand fucking time, bathing in atomic radiation. It can do nothing to their brains, which have already sort of homogenized to the greatest extent possible. No DNA damage can be done. You know, pissing in an ocean, that nuke is.
Okay, Bodie.
We can still see. It's a very odd cloud.
They're just doing their, like, Three Stooges routine as they bathe in the glow of radiation poisoning. Like, all of them are just like, good seeing you out here, boys! Yeah, and all doing, like, like a fucking comedy bit, like, everyone shaking everyone else's hands.
It is white in the center, and there's a bright orange ring towards the outside of it. Then below it, there's like a hazy cloud. I don't know, Colonel Bruce. I've never quite seen a cloud like this from atomic detonation. Have you?
No, I haven't, Bodie. There seems to be quite a halo connected with it, and there's quite a bit of mist up there. I'm not, this is new to me.
Maybe from seeing...
I like, how do you parody this? It's good weather out here, boys. The only cloud in the sky is the cloud of the atomic hellfire that just detonated above us. How do you feel? I feel great. Let me just look directly into the... Oh, yes. Critical support to the Nevada nuclear test program for ridding the world of so many white supremacists.
From ground zero, we're missing a mushroom, but there doesn't seem to be any evidence of a mushroom type of stem that we have associated with other detonators.
That's what you say about like the IQ levels. They said there'd be a mushroom cloud. I don't see. Do you see a mushroom, Jack? I don't see. Ooh, I don't see the stem of a mushroom. I think you could say it's maybe the cap of a mushroom, but even that might be stretching it a little. And like they're just, their bones are turning into jelly inside their body. I'm sorry. It's just I think this is delightful.
Folks, it was just a wonderful thrill to see that interceptor come in, that rocket go at the 0 count. This thing went off with a white flash.
The average 1950s State Department guy who spends his entire day just essentially butt-chugging gamma particles, and then goes back home and reads the newspaper and like wonders what the US is going to do about the blacks. And that's just like his day, you know? God, we used to be a real country. What's crazy is that all of them lived normal lives and died in old age for normal reasons. Well, an airburst like that is much less likely to cause problems with radiation, because the real risk with dying of radiation poisoning is that radioactive dust gets everywhere and you inhale it and it like sits in your body. But if it's all the way up there, the irradiated stuff would just be the fragmented debris of the nuke itself, which probably lessens the likelihood of inhaling it. That's just a guess on my part. No, they died from cancer. The cameraman lived the longest. Oh, well, never mind. To be fair, we have microplastics. That's true. That's a very good sort of generational marker where like two guys meet, like the 1950s guy, his bone is made of jelly, and his cells are sort of partially detached from each other. And then he meets like the modern Zoomer, who has 40 pounds of microplastics that have formed a kind of endoskeleton around their existing endoskeleton. You know that trick you can pull where you pour molten aluminum into an anthill, and then if you remove the sand, you have an internal cast of the anthill in aluminum? All Zoomers now have that of their digestive system, except in microplastics. So if you crack them open, there's just like a sort of perfect rainbow plastic mold, or like a cast of the ins of their, like, you know, low intestine, everything. Yeah, like a Kinder Egg, yeah. You have it too, Vaush? Oh, I absolutely have it. Okay. Just, which is why all Zoomers are gay. Yes.